5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. What's up, everybody? We're back. This is your boy G Rant.
G Money.
G Rant. G Miles. That's what I was called in high school. G Miles.
G Miles.
This is Grant. I got Brandon right here with me for
What's up, man?
Another man.
B Dykes. That's what they called me in high school.
B Dykes.
Yes, sir.
Are you for real?
Well, yeah.
They really? Are you making
Middle,
fun of me because I said
first
G-Miles?
initial, last name. Very simple.
They called you B Dykes. What was your nickname?
We had four Brandons on our football team, on our varsity team, my junior year.
Okay.
There was 4 of us, so we all had to go by our last.
Yeah.
B Dykes, B North,
Because you had that on your helmet.
B Wilkerson.
Because I remember that's for us what we did.
Yeah.
Because when you're in junior high, the coaches don't know who you are.
Yeah, they put the tape.
They put the tape
and have the
yeah.
Sharpie, and they write your name down the front of the helmet.
And G Miles.
Yeah.
So that's what. But
It
for real,
mine was B Dykes.
B Dykes.
But that wasn't my nickname. My nickname was Beef. Beefy.
Gee, I wonder why they called you that.
Just a little slender. I was a slender guy.
Did you like that? See, nowadays I feel like people would be really offended by that.
Well, I mean, you can't insult anybody now. It's like
Yeah.
super sensitive.
But did you like that?
Like if I were like nowadays and I was in high school, I'd be like, it's Wagayu to you.
It's what?
Wagayu. The good beef, like the Japanese, like $80 million a pound
Oh,
beef.
I didn't know what word were you using?
Wagayu? Is that not how you say it?
The
one where they feed the cows beers and they massage their muscles and it's like really expensive beef.
Are you talking about Kobe beef?
And there's Wagayu.
I don't know.
Wagyu.
I mean, you look.
I'm the fatty.
I was gonna say you
know.
look like you're a beef expert, so I'm not gonna doubt you on that. So that's all. So you'd be walking down the hallway at school and they say, "Hey, Beefy," or "Beef."
Well, the girls would say Beefy. Yeah. Hey, Beefy.
So it's the girls that called you Beefy.
No, dude. The guys would say beef. The girls would say Beefy.
Oh, okay.
You know, they got to put a little spin on, a little Y at the end of everything.
You liked it when a girl said, "Hey, Beefy."
I did.
They walk by and go, "Hey, Beefy, what's up?"
Yeah, and I'm like, you later. Is that bad?
Well, if we here later on, we'll talk about it. And you'll give us their name and their social, so we know.
Last 4 of the social, baby.
All right, so we got another episode, man. Beer
Yes,
review.
sir.
So we're sitting down. What beer are you drinking?
Today, because I am on a diet, I'm doing Michelob Ultra Lime Cactus.
You're on a diet, like legitimate.
Fat boy on a diet, don't try it. Yeah, I am. I'm down 16 pounds.
For real?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Like
Congratulations.
3 belt loop holes,
Nice.
actually.
Nice.
Yep. Today I bought a life insurance policy for my cousin. So they had to do, a doctor came by to my house this morning to give me like a medical exam or whatever, like the blood pressure and all that. He was like, man, you're healthy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I was
Nice.
like, well, I thought the blood test took like 3 weeks to come back. And then he was like, I honestly think that because he saw my Colombian food truck thing in the background, I think he just wanted like free empanadas or something. Because he was like, okay, you passed the exam.
Can I have some of those?
Yeah. He was like, all right. He was like writing everything down. He's like, okay, you passed. So you have a empanada food truck, huh? And I was like, that all it takes?
Yeah.
Because I need this life insurance policy going to be a big one. So
Yeah. I feel like that's how I passed driver's ed. I think my driver's ed teacher, because the first time we did parallel parking, I failed it miserably.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm
Curb rash on the wheels?
No, you should go see my wheels. They're fine.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
All right.
But I failed it the first time. And we're supposed to do it again. And I remember we got to the end of the training and the teacher was just kind of like, here, you passed. Don't worry about it. Just signed off on it and I passed. That's how I got my driver's license.
Well, what was the incentive?
I had no idea. I think he was just tired of having me in the class and was just ready for me to get my license. He said, all right, that's enough. You pass.
So
I got my
I'll make this about 30 seconds long. I know we don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
I was doing my exam. My dad was in the hospital that particular weekend because of kidney stones, right?
Yeah.
So I had to drive my dad's car, which was a minivan at the time, up to, it was off 2234 up to the place.
Yeah.
And I had to park it and walk like half a mile because I didn't want them to see me taking my exam while I'm driving without a license,
Right.
right? So I pull up, and so this really cool lady comes out, and we're doing the test, and we're on Dulles Avenue, and she's like, just go with the flow of the traffic. She's like, man, you're a really good driver. I was like, thanks. I don't normally drive. while I'm texting and driving with my wheel and eating a burger, driving with my knee and eating a burger, right? No,
Beefy.
So then at the end, she was like, "Hey, look, you did a really good job. You know how I drive standard?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I do." She was like, "Okay, my car, I want you to follow me." She was, "Take my car and follow me." So I followed my instructor. I was 15 at the time.
Yeah.
To her house.
Oh.
I know it's not that good of a story.
Okay.
Oh. And her car was in her driveway. She was like, "Follow me in my car. We need to drop my car off like at some other place or whatever." So I was just following her in the car. I was like, first, second, third. I was like, I don't know if this is right, but I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway because she's like, "All right, I'll pass you if you follow me in my car."
Yeah.
It was funny, man.
So that's how you passed?
Pretty much.
Well, that was longer than 30 seconds. So we've got some stories that I want to talk to you about, some things that happened recently. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do that. So again, everybody, welcome to the Beer Review Mirror. Brandon,
I'm excited.
Me, let's go.
Big G.
The biggest thing that came out that I've noticed that I wanted to talk to you about as soon as I saw you was Gronkowski.
Gronk.
We're both football fans.
Yeah.
We both like football.
Mm-hmm.
You unfortunately like the Texans, but that's okay.
And we play them all the time.
That's all right. So yeah, you do. They do seem to play
twice a season.
Yeah. But he retired.
Thank goodness.
Retired. So you think that's a good thing?
Well, I mean, for us as a team, yeah. AFC, baby.
Well, hey, that's good for everybody. I mean, the more people you can take out of the New England Patriots team, the better.
Oh, the dude's a beast, man. I mean, he's a better blocker than anything else.
Well, what's crazy is he's not even 30 yet, and he's retiring. He's been in the league 9 years. He's 29 years old, and he's retiring.
Yeah,
retiring. That's unheard of.
What's funny is whenever today I was doing a little research on him, and his senior year picture in his yearbook said that he's an athlete, what school, where he was committed. I forgot. I'm sorry, man. I forgot the name. I think it was Arizona State.
Yeah, I think he went to Arizona State.
And then the third thing was hobbies, working out and chicks. And it was just like, it's so funny because
that's what he's like.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And what's so cool about him is that, man, he's a beast. He's huge. Everyone, he's like the typical like dumb jock or whatever.
Yeah.
But he isn't that stupid because guess what? All of his game checks, he saved them.
I know. That's what's crazy, dude. I heard about that. $54 million in game checks. He hasn't spent a dime of it.
Just off endorsements.
So that dude is retiring with at least, it's more than that, but at least $54 million in the bank.
You think he's going to go into wrestling?
Why do you think that's what he would
That's
do?
what they're talking about, him going to like...
What, in the WWE?
Mm-hmm.
Is he into that?
Yeah, big time. And they want him to go.
Has he done that before? Because I know sometimes athletes get on there and do that.
As far as
guest appearance where they go to like WrestleMania or whatever.
I mean, whatever he does is for fun and just because he's passionate about it.
But that was nuts, though. You're right. Like I would think a guy like Gronk, when you see him, he's moonwalking and dancing.
Yeah,
and
I couldn't get enough
stages.
of it on the NFL Network right before leading up to the Super Bowl. Him doing his dumb dances and just being this big goofy guy. But man, I think I have a crush on him.
It sounds like you do, man.
I think I do.
Sounds like you do. Well, hey, you know what? Nowadays that's accepted. You're cool with that, so don't worry about it. Yeah,
I shouldn't be ashamed.
No, shouldn't be ashamed at all. Let us know all about it. But I Gronk, as much as I can't stand the Patriots, just because I respect their greatness as far as all the Super Bowls they've won, what a good team they are. It's obviously a good organization. Their owner likes to get a little rub and tug every now and then, which who doesn't like to have something like that, right?
An old Bob.
Yeah, get you a Bob Kraft.
Old Bobby.
They're a great team.
Yeah, Belichick said he's like the best player you could have on your team just because he was very coachable, but wanted to do it just like the way you said it.
Correct.
So if he goes into porn and the director, should we cut that out? No, but seriously, he's coachable, and the guy is like wants to do it right and do it the right way. So
anything that you can do to make the New England Patriots not good anymore, that's one check off.
For sure.
So the next one, Brady, as soon as he's out, because I'm just so tired of seeing the New England Patriots.
Yeah, we all are, man.
I mean, if you're from Boston or New England, of course you love it. Like if this was the Texans, I mean, you would, or the Cowboys for me, you would love it. That's all you would want to talk about. But, you know, Gronk, congrats. You had a great career. I don't want to hate on you too much. I got a lot of respect for you and how you played, and you got $4 million sitting in the bank.
By the way, what kind of beer are you drinking?
Boomtown. I told you I want to do local craft beers locally here in Houston. For those that don't know, we're here in Houston, and Houston has a lot of craft beer market, really big market. And I've had it before. It's really good. Boomtown Blonde, Spindle Tap Brewery here in Houston.
Nice.
So you should try something. Well, you're on a diet, so you can't try this.
It can be cheat day.
Okay, cheat day. All right. So yeah, Boomtown Blonde. Speaking of Houston and Boomtown, your boy James Harden. Hey man, for somebody that's and for those that don't know, by the way, you're originally born and raised in Houston.
Yeah, actually, I was born in Beaumont.
Okay, but I mean, you're Houston.
Yeah,
I'm born and raised in Dallas-Fort Worth area. So all my sports teams are up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All your teams are down here in Houston.
That's right.
So I'm not a Rockets fan. I don't like the Rockets, and as a result, I don't really care for James Harden. But I can respect the fact that the dude is going off right now.
Oh man, I mean, Stephen A. Smith.
I can't stand that dude.
I mean, I can't either. But
I can't believe when I watch. I can't believe that dude is on television.
Oh God, he's so. I mean, he just yells and screams, and it's a show. We all know it's literally a TV show, but it's a show. Like he just put on a show.
Yeah.
But however, he did say, and if he's gonna say something nice about a H-Town player,
right? Because he never says anything nice about Dallas players.
He doesn't.
No. He doesn't. But anyway, go ahead.
He says, and I quote, James Harden can sit out now, and I'm still going to give him the MVP for the whole season.
So he's giving him the MVP
right now
for the NBA.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
because a lot of people think Giannis or that dude from the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That dude supposedly is getting MVP love, but I guess James Harden is too.
Dude, I mean, was it 68 points or 61 points in this last?
He had 61 points against the Spurs on Friday night, and that was matching his career high.
That's insane.
61 points. I mean, this dude, like I said, hey, James Harden, I don't like him as a player. If he was on the Mavericks, I'm sure I'd love him. But he's on the Rockets, and I don't like him. But I have respect for the dude's game. The dude can play. I mean, he scored 27 points in the first quarter alone.
Yeah, that's insane.
27 points in the first quarter. And just given the fact that you got a guy who can play in the NBA and play against all these people, all these top-notch athletes, and score 61 points. I don't care who you are. If you're scoring points like that, that's nuts. Just as he topped the 50-point mark for the 8th time this season. He's had over 50 points 8 times this season, compared with 10 from the rest of the league combined. So in the league, there's been 10 people that have had 50-point games. He alone has had 8.
That's crazy. Come on, I mean, you got to give it up to him. And he when he's on the court, he treats these guys just like, I mean, it's just insane the way that he just steps back, and it makes it look so easy, these three-pointers that he's shooting.
Well, that's the thing. When you watch him play, it looks effortless, and I think that's the thing that it's just awesome about him, is that when you sit there and you watch him play, it's effortless. It looks like he's not trying,
right?
And he's scoring 61 points. And for those that don't know anything about the NBA or don't watch, that's not easy. Scoring 61 points in the NBA is extremely difficult. Scoring 50 points in the NBA is extremely difficult, and he's done it 8 times this year.
That's crazy.
You thinking like he can get the Rockets pretty far?
My biggest thing is it's awesome that it's happening. It just needs to continue through the playoffs, and it just needs to continue, because last year,
how far did they make it last year?
Well, I don't want to be the bad fan, but
you are. I mean, you don't know.
Well, I went to 2 of the playoff games.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of those games?
Not very much. I got there at halftime both times.
I thought you said you're a fan. You're going to halftime of a.
I was having drinks
game?
Before, hanging out. Like we went I went to someone for their birthday, and I mean, it's just, you want to get there when it's hyped up for the second half, man.
You're no fan.
Am I not?
Showing up at halftime at a playoff game?
It wasn't, first of all, these are Latin girls. They show up late to everything. Then you got to, go to one of the places around the Toyota Center like Papacitos or Papados or something and have some drinks and then walk in.
How did you finally go? Like, did somebody go, oh, hey, by the way, we have tickets to this game. We better go?
No, it was just my idea. Like, I would just like, what's something cool that we can do? And I would just go online and look up tickets and that way.
You show up at halftime. There's people out there that would have loved to go to that playoff game, and you show up at halftime.
Well, all I'm going to say is at least I went.
Well, that's true.
At least I went. I was able to see history made. But Harden didn't play that well in the playoffs. I'm sorry. He just it wasn't the same thing like in the regular season.
I don't know what it is about that dude, but yeah, he doesn't play very well in the playoffs. Rockets don't play very well. And look, I would love for my team, the Mavericks, I'd love for them to be in the playoffs. Just for whatever reason, so I'm not complaining about the fact that your team is in the playoffs, but they just don't play well in the playoffs.
Well, they don't, and that was like another reason. To be honest, I wasn't in a rush to be there for tip off. It's like I'll get there.
Who were they playing? Do you remember?
Man, now you're asking me.
Jeez, this was last year.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't ask you who they were playing 10 years ago. I was asking you last year.
Dude, it was just fun little outings, bro. I mean, I kind of figured that we weren't gonna, go too far.
You're funny. But let's see. So final deal. Harden finished on Friday night against the Spurs, 9 of 13 from 3-point range, which that's awesome percentage. 9 of 13.
Yep.
19 of 34 from the field, with 14 of 17 from the free throw line. See, that's my complaint with Harden, man. He shoots too many free throws. All that flailing around that he does, he acts like he's getting shot.
Yeah, but I mean that's their job, man. Like look at soccer players; they're acting, they throw themselves on the ground.
But that's soccer, though. This is basketball.
It's the same thing, in my opinion.
How's soccer and basketball the same thing in your opinion?
Well, first of all, they don't have to put on pads and all this and stuff. They're right there. They're just throwing themselves on the ground. They're acting like they're hurt. They're trying to draw penalties. Yeah,
but that's when you're doing it the whole game. That's annoying. From somebody that's not a fan, that's annoying. I'm not a fan of his, so that's annoying to watch.
But if you had someone on your team that was doing it and it was successful, and he's doing free throws like that,
I get that. I'm with you there.
But I mean, I'm not if it was a different team, I'd be like, why? Nah, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. If James Harden was on another team, you'd hate that shit. You'd hate it.
But hey, you know what? Just whatever works, bro.
So do you think they're going to make it to the finals?
Yes, I do think they're going to make it to the finals. They got
to beat Golden State. They can't beat. Well, they beat Golden State this year, didn't they? I think they beat them in Golden State without
Harden.
So.
Yeah, I think it was in Golden State that they won.
So I mean, hey, if you can beat Harden and if you can get Harden and they can play good and they can make it to the finals and beat the Warriors, obviously
that's the only big obstacle. The hurdle
is the Warriors. Well,
yeah,
that's a hurdle for everybody. Warriors are stacked. And then maybe if they go to the championship and they win, they can go to the White House and have
cheeseburgers,
have Chick-fil-A.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that was the thing I wanted to talk to you about too. So that's another big thing that's come out recently is Trump again had, well, at least for the people that do want to show up, because so many people or so many teams make a big deal about not even wanting to go.
Right.
So it's these off teams or off sports that will go. Like they just had the Washington Capitals, I think, the NHL team that won the Stanley Cup. They were just at the White House. Of course, all those people go because most of them are not from around here. So,
well, I mean, Washington.
Yeah. Well, and they have a lot of Russians on their team. So you never know. You know how Trump's all about Russians.
How you doing?
Hey. But so they had North Dakota State is football team, Division II team. They won the championship, Division II. They had them at the White House, and they fed them McDonald's and Chick-fil-A were on the lunch menu. And, of course, just with anything having to do with Trump, a lot of people made a big deal about it. But, man, I have to say, having McDonald's and having Chick-fil-A at the White House, for me, I think that's pretty cool.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think they have Chick-fil-A in North Dakota?
What was that?
North Dakota.
What was that accent that you just did?
Isn't that how they talk in North Dakota?
So that's the deal. So you have to.
Do they have Chick-fil-A up there?
I don't know, but let's go back to this accent you just had. So talk to us. Read a sentence Read what Stephen A. said in North Dakotan.
Okay, so news here from North Dakota. James Harden can sit out now, and I'm still giving him the MVP, as said by Stephen A. Smith. Not familiar with this guy because I'm from North Dakota.
That was terrible.
That wasn't good?
That was terrible. You changed, like your inflections you had on your voice, they changed. Like at the beginning, it almost kind of sounded Italian.
Well, sorry, voice coach.
Well, that's right.
It turned because it was an Italian kid from North Dakota.
That's all you can say is North Dakota.
Hey, my name is Vinny Venucci. I'm from North Dakota.
That was great. That was fantastic. That was entertaining. I loved it. But yeah,
I don't think they have Chick-fil-A up there. So, yeah, they're going to be excited about a fried chicken sandwich from down south.
You don't think North Dakota has a Chick-fil-A?
I mean,
think Chick-fil-A's everywhere.
I don't know. That might mean not, that market may not be for
But you tell me this. You tell me this. So you're part of a football team, right?
Right.
You win a championship.
I've been a part of a football team in the past.
Beefy.
Hey.
You win a championship. You go to the White House. Okay. You show up at the White House.
Right.
And they have a buffet of McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. Are you disappointed or are you okay?
Two opinions.
Okay.
If I'm a kid that's a 300-pound kid, but it's still a young guy.
Right.
Haven't been exposed to a lot of things, right?
Right.
You figured Division II school. Of course, man. I mean, just going for the experience is going to be awesome, right? This is a history of our country.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't care what they're serving. It's going to be cool. If it's fast food or whatever, it's just the experience. But me being like, if I was that kid and I fast forward to 40 years old, who I am now, for example, and I've had the privilege of me, seeing some things out there in the world and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like they can eat that anytime, at any moment in their life, because they can afford that. But my point is, dude, this needs to be a 5-star dining experience for these kids because that's part of the experience. Maybe they've never had some kind of like truffle sauce with this Wagyu beef, New York strip, whatever, cooked medium. And on top of that, even when the last time this happened, when Trump had whoever
it was Clemson.
It was Clemson, and the staff was on
another
strike.
college team.
The staff was on strike.
Yeah, it was when they had the government holdout.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So even at that time, he has a hotel right down the street, 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, have them come over here and cater that for these kids, man. Give them something they haven't had before.
But if you're a college kid, wouldn't you rather have something like
3 Big Macs?
Yeah.
You know what? As a college kid, what I'd rather have some awesome Michelin chef meal in front of me that I'm gonna be starving the second that I eat it. And then hit up McDonald's on the way home with my own money. That's what I would rather have, personally.
Why?
Because these kids should experience something like once in a lifetime.
But to be able to say, I had McDonald's in the White House with the President of the United States, like, that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's cheesy. Just cheeseball to me, bro. It just is. That's just me. I honestly, same reason. Your daughter, she's big birthday, right? 13.
Yes.
About to be a teenager.
Yes.
She loves Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. You know she likes the waffle fries. We all do. Who doesn't like Chick-fil-A sauce, right?
Absolutely.
Bro, but, I mean, you're probably going to go somewhere nice, take her, dress up.
Yeah.
Because these kids are dressed up.
Right.
Half of them probably didn't even have a suit. They probably had to get fitted for a suit for the first time because they're like a 62 super large, they couldn't even afford that suit. The team had to pay for it.
Right.
So my point is, you go to Hugo's, you go to somewhere just really nice out on the town,
right,
and show them something that, hey, you know what, this is an everyday, but this is a special occasion.
I mean, I get that. I understand what you're saying.
That's just me, but
I'm just saying if I'm going to serve food that I know the kids are going to want to eat. Like if you're having truffle sauce and all that, so like,
right.
I mean, I've known a lot of college kids that
might not like that.
That might not like that.
Just you know what? You're not going to have this every day. Just try it, and you don't like it, then you can hit up Jack in the Box, McDonald's. You can do all that stuff at any given time. The first time Trump did that was because of the holdout thing.
Yes,
is what I think.
Yeah, well, that was part of it. Yes,
but this time, I don't know, man. If you're gonna get dressed up, have nice fine dining, 5-course meal. That's my point.
Well, who doesn't like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. If you're a college, to me, if you're a college kid and you're doing something like that, I figure like that would be something that would be just to have a cool experience to do that. But I will have to say, I get your point. I get what you're saying.
And I get your point, too. I just think there's two sides of it.
I understand that. I just don't like the big deal that everybody's making about it. I mean, you would have think that Donald Trump just didn't feed him anything.
Yeah. No, and I get it. I mean, I get it, but it could have been it could have been classier, in my opinion, but whatever.
Speaking of classy, locally here in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo just ended.
Yes.
Did you do that?
Man, I'm a little butthurt about this subject because for the first time in I think like probably 15 years, I didn't go to one show.
Did you do the carnival at all?
Nope. I didn't go see the livestock show, and I love seeing the animals. I didn't do that.
For those out there listening or watching, if you're not locally from Houston or in Houston, every year Houston around March has the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and it's a big deal.
Huge.
I mean,
huge deal.
Would you say that's probably the biggest event that Houston puts on every year?
Oh yeah, every year. I mean, easily. It's almost 80,000 people for like every single night for almost 3 weeks straight. And I didn't have time to do it this year. It just didn't work out. But Chris Stapleton, I would have liked to see him. Santana was another big one. Cardi B, just for the pure
entertainment of it.
Entertainment of seeing Cardi B,
Yeah.
So yeah, there were, there was the Owen. What's his name? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a big
country music
guy.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some,
Well, every year.
Zach Brown's another one that I love. George Strait would have been awesome.
Well, every year it's big. But this year, supposedly, it was the biggest it's ever been as far as attendance. Like, they were breaking records. I know. It's always funny, though. You know what the biggest concert days are? The Tejano days.
Sunday, yeah. They broke a record.
I think that was the largest crowd was the Tejano day.
No, George Strait at the very end broke the record.
George Strait did?
At the very end, yeah.
What was his? Do you remember?
I mean, it was. I think
I can tell you this. I can tell you the go. So Los Tigres del Norte.
Yeah.
So what kind of music is that? Like, what do they do?
So what that is norteño music is the northern part of Mexico, which is the border that with Texas. And, so that's what it is. It's basically when you go down to Reynosa or down to Brownsville and you're in McAllen and stuff like that. That is norteño music in that region right there. The further south you go, like Mexico City, they love like mariachi music and Vicente Fernandez and stuff like that. But I'm not a big norteño fan personally, just because like my family's from further south. But I can say that I can appreciate it, and I will drink tequila with the best of them, listening to that music as well, because that's the region we grew up in down here.
What makes that different than down south? Like, what is it?
Norteño music has a lot of like, so they sometimes it's called banda, but basically you've got actual orchestra instruments like the tuba, for example. The other one is that a lot of the music also has the.
Is that why there's so many of them?
There's a lot of them on stage. What's the accordion? The accordion.
Hector the Connector. Do you know anything about the HTC?
The accordion's a big one.
Yeah, there's some really famous Mexican band like long time ago, but it's super huge thing in Latin America.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's got a bunch of instruments.
Huge amount of instruments, yeah.
Like how many people would you say is up on stage?
So I mean, anywhere from 10 to 20. I mean, they have the accordion. You got the percussion section has, you could have xylophone, could have the drums, could have the snare drum, like could have congas, could have bongos, just a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
But obviously in Houston, our demographic, we have a lot of norteño music fans, being from the border and being from the valley, people that are not like first or second generation, but like third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 20th generation. So,
right.
And on top of that, you got to remember it's also on a Sunday. So norteño, that norteño day is always on a Sunday where the show is like at 3. It's not like during the week where it's a family day, and it's always on a Sunday. But what they did say is that now that the rodeo, like last year, for example, they had one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life. And you got to remember the rodeo concerts always cut off to like 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not like a regular concert you go to that's like 3 or 4, like 2, 3, 4 hours, right?
Right.
Because they have like the bull riding and all that other stuff going on. But I will say that last year I saw J Balvin, for example. So they're becoming very diverse.
Mm-hmm.
So like last year or a few years ago, they did Pitbull, for example. So they do the Norteño Day, but they realize that they also have a whole other demographic of Hispanic people that are not Mexican, right?
Yeah.
So they brought in Pitbull, who's Cuban, who brought in, and it's not just Hispanic people that like his music, right? You have a lot of, it's like a lot of dance music. So same thing with J Balvin last year. And then this year you have Prince Royce, who's a bachata singer. You have, which ironically, I had a discussion on this, but ironically they had Cardi B in for Black Heritage Day, and she's not African American. She's Dominican.
Oh, she is?
She's an Hispanic
I didn't know that.
rapper. She has Spanish songs and English songs.
Okay, I don't know.
So it was funny that they brought her in on Black Heritage Day because it's about black cowboys.
Yeah.
But last year they had, I forgot what country singer he was from Austin. Forgot his name.
I don't know.
But his turnout was horrible. Well, Cardi B broke records.
Oh, yeah. It says here, Cardi B, her concert was 75,580.
Yeah.
I
heard she took a deodorant break, by the way.
A deodorant break?
Yeah. They said that she literally said to the crowd that she had like a quick intermission and she was going to let her DJ play, but plus she had to like put on deodorant. Like I read like word for word, like all the reviews of all the shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like, I mean, that's her personality and that's how she is. But she's, Selena 22 years ago broke records, so that's a big influence on someone like Cardi B, who's an Hispanic female artist. It's hard for them to beat out everybody else. And then you had, who else were you saying that broke records?
The Los Tigres, am I saying that right?
Yeah, Del Norte, yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Del Norte, of the North.
Norte.
Yeah. But what about Kane Brown?
Yeah, they said he was third, 75,000.
He was third?
Well, he was really fourth, 75,122.
So I read an interview about, not to cut you off, but I am.
You did.
2 years ago, he said in an interview, he would never perform he would never be able to sell out NRG Stadium for the Houston Rodeo. He said that. He's like, there's no way I could.
Who's Kane Brown? Is he a country music singer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's half black, half white. He's like tatted up, his neck, like sleeves. But
like legit country music singer.
He looks like a rapper, but he's hell yeah, he's a legit country. You haven't heard of that Heaven song?
No.
Man, anyway, he broke record and he brought his wife out. But he said 2 years ago, there's no way I could play at the rodeo.
Well, he had 75,122. He
sold it out, man. There you go.
And then you've got, of course, the last night, which was like you said, Lyle Lovett, Robert O'Keefe, and George Strait, 80,000.
Well, they didn't even do the rodeo that night. It was just music.
80,108.
No bull riding, no mutton busting, which is my favorite.
Did you ever do that when you were a kid?
No, I wish. I wanted to do, and I had friends from
I bet you could hold on to that little sheep.
Man, I bet you just the wool, hold on to the wool. But my friends from high school when I was playing football, both guys got full rides to UT. Those guys did do the steer wrestling, and I wanted to do that so bad. I wanted to tackle one of those things and just bring it down to the ground and just roll around in the dirt for a minute.
It's fun though watching that stuff.
It is.
Watching
I love
those rodeo events.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So you didn't go see any concerts? You didn't go?
Man, you know what? I didn't even.
Like you said, for me, this was the first time in a long time we didn't take, because we like taking the kids.
Sure,
we take the kids, do the carnival,
of course,
do the rodeo, watch a concert. I tell you what, I've seen some good concerts there, but of course, you have your kids. You'll do anything for your kids.
Right.
You go to. We did Ariana Grande one year. At the rodeo.
I don't remember her coming. I like Ariana Grande.
Terrible.
It was bad?
Oh my gosh, it was terrible.
It was bad?
Yes. It was awful. I was just sitting there the whole time just like, when can we go?
But your daughters liked it.
Yeah, of course they loved it. I mean, I've seen Demi Lovato, Ariana Grande.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I know we're moving on. Ariana Grande has this song. Man, I can't believe I know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I was driving around.
You like to jam out Ariana Grande?
No. Like when I want mindless music, I put it on 104.1. Just it is what it is.
Hey Hector, can you grab me one of these for me? please, sir? I'd like to have another one. Thank you.
Dude, she has a song called 7 Rings. And I heard it like 3 times the other day because they played it like 3 times within the same 2 hours I was in my car.
Did you tear up?
No, listen, it says, she says something like, I buy it, own it, something, want it, own it, or whatever she says. I don't even know.
No, keep going. I want to hear more.
No.
Keep going.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, Lil Flip.
Thank you, man.
Somebody has to like do research on this. Lil Flip has, from Houston, Texas, Cloverland or Cloverleaf, one of the two. He's got a song that he talks about. That's like the lyrics. And she totally robbed this guy. I don't know if she got permission for it, but no one on Instagram has said anything. And if anyone can find this out or at least notice it like I did, if you like Houston rap music, Screwed Up Click from back in the day, she sampled this guy's not the beat but the lyrics.
Okay.
And it's on her biggest hit right now, and her biggest single is called 7 Rings. So anyway, just speaking of Ariana Grande and Houston,
yeah,
just so you know.
Well, I think that's awesome that you're listening to Ariana Grande's song.
Do you think that?
That's awesome. So when you're driving around town, you're jamming Ariana Grande singing.
It's on the radio.
What is it? 7 Rings?
Yeah, it's on the radio, and it's just.
Oh, so you listen to the radio?
Yeah. Well, the other day I took it off of sports radio because I don't like March Madness that much.
Okay.
To where I want to listen to it in my car.
Yeah.
So I put it on a radio station, a local one, and that's all I heard all night was Ariana Grande and like other just whatever mainstream stuff.
You sure know a lot about that song for just hearing it riding and listening.
Well, I heard it all it took was one time, but I heard it 4 times in like 1 hour.
Yeah, that's true.
And she sampled his stuff, but she is hot, and you know what? I like her.
Yeah, tell us all about her then. Yeah. But so you didn't go any concerts? No concerts, no.
I wish I did, but I didn't.
Were you
Next year.
Were you supposed to go to any?
I was supposed to go to Chris Stapleton on a Thursday.
Okay.
And I had tickets to that, and I like that one song, Tennessee Whiskey.
Okay. Yeah, it's a great song.
But I had another opportunity come up.
Okay.
Wow. It just so happened that Ice Cube was in town that night.
Oh, you went to see that Cube concert?
Well, you don't. I mean, you don't know that yet. I'm just saying.
Well,
an opportunity.
I would assume if you didn't go to Chris Stapleton, you went to see Cube.
I did.
Okay.
I made a decision. I went to go see Ice Cube.
So why did you go see Cube?
Well, first, I only know one Chris Stapleton song, maybe 2.
Yeah.
The other Traveler or whatever song, but Ice Cube, Gorillas in the Mist, and From Friday and everything else.
Oh, sure, Ice Cube,
middle school.
Oh man, I mean, Ice Cube's fantastic.
It was a more of a intimate House of Blues. So
that's perfect.
2,000 people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their sound systems voted one of the best in the country. I mean, I love going to House of Blues. So I decided to go there and then see Ice Cube that night.
Was there any other reason why? Just because you want to see Cube?
Well, I wanted to see Ice Cube, and I already had Tim and I were planning on going to that show.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a girl that also.
It's always a girl.
That came
up. Always a girl. That's right.
And she it was her day off that day.
Okay.
And I talked to her about going to see Chris Stapleton, the possibility of it.
Oh, so this was a girl going to Stapleton too.
We were supposed to,
okay,
but then I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Ice Cube? Blah blah blah. I got tickets if you want to go to that instead. I had both. I didn't know which one to go to.
Yeah.
So she was like, "No. Ice Cube, hands down. Yay." That's exactly what she said. So I was like, all right, bet. That's where we're gonna go. So, dude.
Is this gonna be a story?
Do you want to hear it? I need an HTC. Can I get a Shiner Bog? I need a dark, strong beer for this one.
For those that don't know, we got HTC Hector the Connector running the board. He's also our bartender, so he is
Spanglish bartender.
Spanglish bartender. Hey, by the way, while he's doing that, did you see my hat?
Oh man, look at that little J Dub.
You like that?
JY's camo. Is it snapback?
Yes.
Because I can't wear anything but snapback. My head's too big.
I think you showed me. You're at the very end, the very notch. Yeah.
Yeah, last notch.
But yeah, Jay Weiss, little Jay Weiss marketing hat. If anybody's,
it's very nice.
Anybody's interested, you can get you some merch coming up pretty soon. So
just from the jwisemarketing.com.
Correct. Yeah,
cool.
You can get some stuff coming up. So be on the lookout for that. But you got your Shiner now. I tell you what, one of the best times that I remember. I'll get to your story in just a second, but I got to tell you a story about mine. One of my best friends growing up in high school.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend growing up in high school.
Wait, you have friends?
I have a few.
Okay.
I have a few, yeah. I know it's shocking to learn that, but I have a few.
I
paid them well.
I want to meet him.
But we never drank in school. We never drank in high school. We were just all about playing. We didn't drink
all sports.
Anything. But so I venture off to college. We hang out, and one of the very first times that I ever drank with him, very first time he ever drank, we went to Hooters and ate, and I got him pictures of Shiner Bock. That was the first beer he ever drank, Shiner Bock.
Are you serious?
Dude.
Wasted.
Oh, my gosh. It was terrible.
Terrible.
Man, that was awful. I mean, just, he was like, man, I remember the first time he drank, he was like, man, this isn't very good. I was like, just keep drinking. It'll get better.
Yeah.
Just keep drinking.
It's an acquired taste.
Yes. And then we went to the Rangers baseball game, drank there.
Oh, man.
Oh, he was, needless to say, when I got back to the house, he fell asleep in the bathtub. I'll just put it to you that way.
Your roommates?
Well, no, we were at my parents' house whenever
okay.
that happened.
Yeah.
So parents weren't there, parents were gone, and he was, needless to say, his bed for that night was the bathtub. And he slept in there all night long too.
You had to rinse him off.
Oh, wow, it was bad. But anyway, story about your Ice Cube concert.
Shouldn't have done the spicy wings.
Well,
regular.
Well, you know how it happens when you do those times when you have a lot to drink and you say, "I'm never drinking like that again, ever." That's what's his.
And now he can never go to Hooters ever.
Oh,
again.
I'm sure.
Ever. He's like
that.
They're like Buffalo Wild Wings or Hooters. Like,
Exactly. And I'll tell you, we'll get to your thing. One of the worst parts about it was in my house, we only had one bathroom in my house growing up. Okay. So that same night, my sister had some of her friends over. So it was me and my friend, and then my sister, some of her friends. Mm-hmm. So we have one bathroom.
Yeah.
So I got my friend in the tub.
And the girls got to take turns using the restroom.
Yes.
So
he's got
just close the curtain. Close the curtain.
He's got the shower curtain closed while girls are walking in and out to use the bathroom. It was solid. Anyway.
They were having to be very careful when they were using the restroom.
Absolutely. They were like, "Can Austin?" Oh, I gave up his name. My bad, Austin.
Dang, last name?
No. I said, he's like, "Can he come out?" I was like, "No, he's got to stay right there. Sorry, you're stuck with him."
That's where he is.
Yeah. Sorry if I gave you up, man. I apologize. It's all good.
Austin.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
But go ahead, man. So tell me about your.
Oh man,
story.
so this girl that I met, she cut my hair once. Was like, hey, we should hang out, blah blah, on social media. I was like, all right, cool, we can hang out. So we were going to this. So I was like, we were supposed to go to Chris Stapleton, but I was like, do you want to go to this Ice Cube concert? She's like, yeah, hell yeah. She was like, yay. She like sent me that in a voice text. And just so you know, she was in her 30s.
Okay.
Not a teen.
I'm proud of you.
I don't know what you think, like 22, whatever.
I'm proud of you.
She was actually born like in the 80s, I think.
That's good.
Possibly.
Congratulations.
So anyway,
you're growing up. I like it.
Thank you. So we have this plan. I'm going to pick her up in an Uber. And
also, you were expecting to be drinking.
Well, yeah, because it's a concert. And the other thing, downtown is just a pain in the ass, man. I'm sorry. It's just
I agree with
parking is.
I agree with that.
I just want to get dropped off in the front. Let me just walk in.
I'm with you.
And so she lived in the Galleria area, so I was able to just at least leave my car in the Galleria. Oh wait, you know what? No, I drove there and had an Uber to meet me there. That's what it was, in the Galleria.
Oh, gotcha.
Left my car there.
Okay.
So anyway, I get in the Uber, and we're having this like big miscommunication. She's like, "Where are you? Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm in this such and such, whatever SUV. I'm here. I'm right here in front of this address you told me to be at." She was like, "Oh, okay." So finally, after like 15 minutes of her wasting her time, on my time, because Uber, the clock's ticking.
Sure.
She finally finds us, gets in, and right away when she gets in, she closes the door, and it's a big bench seat in the back seat. And she's just like, "Hey," it like falls into my falls like towards me, and I'm like, it's 7:30. Like, why are you? Is this how? Any indication of how the night's gonna go? Because this is not good.
So she wasn't being like friendly. She was like
She
falling
fell
out on top of
in
you.
like pretty much drunk. And today was her day off. So I'm like putting two together, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, it's standing room only, no seats. We're gonna be standing for like 4 hours. How is she gonna make it? That was like my initial just thought, right?
Yes.
So she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, how are you? How you been? You don't think I look pretty? You're not telling me I look pretty, huh? My yellow dress. And I was like, no, you look really pretty. What's up? How you been? Oh, no, I'm good. So I'm like, come on, let's go. And like telling the guy. So we're on the way. And of course, I have a roadie. I got a drink with me.
Sure.
And she's like, what are you
Uber
doing?
guy was cool with that? He didn't say nothing?
The guy?
Yeah.
No,
Would
that's
you
the
drink
whole
in there?
reason. That's the whole reason for taking an Uber. You're going to drink in the back seat.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure some people would have a problem with that.
Well, I mean, he didn't, apparently. He had mints, he had phone chargers, he had water, but I had my own drink. So whatever. I mean, he saw I was sober. I was, chilling, just getting comfortable in the back seat, laying my, recliner down a little bit. So she falls down. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Right.
Night hadn't even started yet. So we're on I-10. I'm like, so how you been? What'd you do today? Oh, nothing. I've just been cleaning the place and having some wine. And I was like, how much wine? She was like, I don't know, like a bottle or two. Well, we all know like what that means when everyone says, oh, I've had a beer or two.
Yes.
That means like an 18 pack and like 8 shots of whiskey.
Yes.
Like everyone knows
Yeah.
the difference. So, dude, we're on the way. And at first it's cool because she's like grabbing my hand and wanting to be all sweet and have you been? You look so cute and da-da-da. I only met her once and she cut my hair, so it was like sober.
Yeah.
Now this is definitely the drunk version of this girl, right?
Right.
So I'm like looking down on my phone and I'm just kind of thinking like, oh man, what's gonna happen tonight? When I look up, she's twerking in the middle of the bench seat with her skirt up with the guy's rearview mirror right there.
Oh shit.
And I'm thinking,
Is he playing music in the car that she could twerk to?
Well, that was another thing because she kept saying, "Here, play this song," but like the Bluetooth wouldn't hook up, so she'd have to tether it like with the like connected to the cord.
Yeah.
And
so she's playing her own music.
Yeah, but like it would just go one song at a time. So like when the song would stop, she'd get all like belligerent, like pissed off. Like she'd be like, "Oh, this is my song, and hey, what have you been doing? My bad. What have you been doing? Oh," and like dancing. And I looked at when she was twerking with her skirt was up, bro, and I was like, I've never thought I would hear the words come out of my mouth that said, "Pull your skirt down," and I had to say that like legit because I felt sorry for the guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a younger guy. This is a guy doing this on the side to feed his family. You can tell he's a professional at whatever else industry he was in.
Yeah.
So I really, honestly, I felt bad. I guess most guys wouldn't care that he's getting to see like the show.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, put your skirt down, sit down. What are you doing? So I had an airplane bottle of the blueberry vodka that I gave you guys once. So I gave her one just
because that'll help it.
Just to shut her up.
Yeah. That'll make it all better.
Like a dog, like giving a puppy a treat just
That's
to,
like putting a match on a
fire.
Yeah.
Well, I figured it couldn't get much worse because this girl was hammered drunk. So I mean, what's this little thing going to do? So
I was hammered drunk. What was that from? What movie?
I was hammered drunk.
That was from Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hammered drunk.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I distracted you.
So I'm on fire. So anyway, so we're driving through, and we get there, and the poor guy was like, "Okay, please, open the door on this side. This side is my side with the sidewalk.
Yeah.
This side is the side that can get you killed with the cars in downtown going 45 miles an hour.
Right.
Past you.
Right.
Please." In the mirror, get on this side only. And I was like following instructions. I opened the door and I got out and I got my phone and I put it in my pocket and I was like, okay, all right, it's your turn to come. Wait, where'd you go? Disappeared, door closed. She's not in there. I have no idea what to even think at this moment. I'm like, is she like in the gutter right now? Like, where is she? So the guy's like, oh, please just close the door. He just wanted. I tipped him more than I ever have in my life because I felt so bad. So here she comes stumbling. She's like, "Hey, where'd you go? Are you trying to leave me?" And she had on like this like also like a fur jacket, like a sleeveless fur jacket that was like hanging off one side, was like inside out. She looked like she just survived like a plane crash.
Was she wearing high heels?
Yes, of course she was.
Okay.
Because earlier that day she was like, "I'm gonna look so good for you later. You don't even know. You don't even know."
Did you know?
Dude, if she would have just kept her mouth shut and acted sober, I would have been like, "Damn, man, she's like, this is a little cute,
going nice, going good."
Yeah,
absolutely.
But like the second she fell over,
did she physically fall over like on the concrete?
bro, no, in the seat in the car,
Oh, okay,
in the
okay,
SUV,
okay. I'm with you.
her head was in the lap, and not because I wanted it to,
I'm with you.
just fell in there.
I'm with you.
Sorry. So anyway, so my point is like we're walking on the sidewalk. And dude, she's bouncing around everywhere. We're waiting for my boy to get there, and I'm calling him like, "Bro, hurry up! You gotta hurry. This girl's drunk as hell. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but you need to hurry and help me figure this out." He was like, "All right, I'm almost there. I'm taking an Uber." So we're on the street corner, and all these homeless people are walking by, like, "Hey, you got $1? You got $1? Just got out of prison. I just got out of jail. Do you have a cigarette? Do you have $1?" Like stuff like that.
Right.
She was putting her hands on these people, man, like, "No, get out of here. Who are you?" Like pushing them away.
Shoving them?
Shoving them, dude. I'm like, oh my God. First of all, I do not have your back, just so you know. Like, I mean, I'm just like, why? No. I was like, take your hands off. Get against the brick wall. Pull your skirt back down. Like, I kept having to say that. Like, it was like the craziest thing.
And just to reset, you've been with her now up to this point how long?
17 minutes. And I don't have kids also. So like I'm not used to being in this position. I'm used to people telling like, "Brandon, you're crossing the line. Stop. Just relax.
Right.
Just have a water."
You're not used to being the adult.
Hell no, not at all. Like, no way. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah. I'm with you. Okay.
So people are like starting to watch.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that's very entertaining.
Yeah. And so my buddy gets there, we go upstairs. And the line wasn't like a single file line that was like a mile long to the box office. You know, like we had our tickets already, but to get in.
Right.
It was like Six Flags, like a snake, like when you're waiting for a ride, like everyone's facing each other.
Yeah.
So she kept like stumbling so much, she kept bumping into the dude in front of us. And then he's on a date with another girl, So that girl starts kind of looking. I'm like, I'm sorry. Right. And I'm like, stand right here. Get over here. Get over here.
You're doing the closed.
Oh, I'm like, do not embarrass me. I will swear to God, I will take you home right now.
You're having parent flashbacks.
Yes. So I'm going crazy because I don't even know how to handle the situation.
Right.
My boy Tim, he's smoking cigarettes, just dying laughing that I'm having to deal with this. And he's like, "Don't worry, man, it'll be all right." So we're like turning the corner in the line,
right.
And then you can see we're on the second floor. You can see downstairs, and all the people are waiting in line to go upstairs. And she starts doing the Cardi B sounds like, "Oh, like doing like bird sounds. And then they're responding to her. I'm like, "No, don't respond. Don't egg her on." She's like, "See, they like it. Oh my God. Oh, cute." Like all these sounds. And I'm like, please just stop making the stupid Cardi B sounds. We're about to get in line. They're not going to let you in. Please just stop.
So y'all made it up the escalator.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I don't know this girl.
But I'm saying y'all made it up
we're up the escalator.
Okay.
Yeah, we're up the escalator. We're on our way in. Finally, we get to the front where the metal detectors are, right?
Okay.
I feel like somehow she's like
rubbing off on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she like falls down, but she's like falls back like three people behind me. So I go through, get my phone, and I'm just like watching to see if she can make it through or not. Dude, she's bouncing around so much.
So you were messing with her. You wanted to see how.
Yeah. Because I had to figure out, how am I going to get out of this situation?
Yes.
How am I going to get out of this situation, right?
Yes.
So she bounces through the metal detector like this, like a pinball. Bing, 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 bing. It like goes through it. And they were like, "Oh, hell no." They start calling like all these code words. They bring a chair up. They sit, "Ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, are you okay?" They sit her down. And I am not claiming her. I'm like 10 feet away just watching. And the cop walks up to her and he goes, all right, we're about to take you to jail, but if you can show that you have an Uber account, we'll let you take the Uber home and just go home. Just like that.
Wow.
So I was like, okay. So she walks up. And she's like, this is my Uber right here, but why do I need an Uber? Like, she didn't understand anything. So she's like sitting there with her phone in her hand. And he's like, let me see your Uber account. And it says something like frozen or whatever. It was like really weird.
Frozen?
Like, yeah. So I walk up. I was like, hey, what's going on? They were like, are you with her? Is she with you? Is she with you? I was like, yeah. Unfortunately, we're here together. What's going on? Well, she is way too intoxicated to get in. She is not getting inside. I'm just letting you know right now, she's not getting inside.
That's probably the best news you heard all night.
I was like, yes. Now what? What's next?
Oh man,
I was like, no, that's horrible.
yeah. Please don't take her away, sir.
I was like looking at Tim. I was like, come here. Everything's okay. We're good. Thumbs up.
Give me 10 minutes. We'll be done with this.
But what's funny is he knew the manager, and I was like, come over here. I was like, I need to know. What's he was like, I'm not giving you my person's name. And I was like, I don't blame you. The manager was like, look, man, we'll let you back in. We're not letting her in though.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, she needs to go home. I agree. I picked her up. I told the guy the story. I was like, I didn't know her that well. We're on a date. I picked her up. She was already wasted. We got here and this is where we're at. He was like, well, I'm sorry, dude, but you got to take her home. So I was like, all right, cool. Do I have to go through that line again of everyone waiting, or can I go to use that back?
Yeah.
Y'all have a back door with that elevator that goes down on whatever street. And he was like, nope, you got to go through that line. I said, please, man, I don't want to go through that line. Just let me use that back elevator that's back there.
Yeah.
And we'll just make it simple. He said, I'm sorry, man, that elevator's not working. That's what he said.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, it's like the foundation room. It's like that
I know which one
elevator.
you're talking about. Yeah.
So
I call bullshit on that.
Exactly. So I turned around. I was like,
what? Turn around and looked at her?
damn. That
that
line was like 500 people deep. And I got to go through this line to like go through the crowd without.
But where were you having to take her though? That's what
downstairs to where the cars, where the valet and stuff is.
I got you.
So I had to grab her arm, break through this whole crowd, just me and her, get through everybody, go downstairs, and then call an Uber, right?
Yeah.
So I get downstairs. She's like, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? I was like, they're not letting you in. Do you not understand that? They're not letting you in. And she goes, no. Oh, hell no. She breaks away from my grasp. And these two guys were walking past. She's like, I'm going with them. And she starts walking with them and like hangs on to them. And they go up the stairs. So I'll fall back like 50 feet. I was like, oh, this is about to be a show right here. Dude, she's stumbling around. She's in a bright yellow dress.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be hell. So I walk up the stairs and I turn the corner and I face like that crowd that I just had to walk through. And here she comes, like the sea parted. And here she comes with 4 cops escorting her in a fucking yellow dress. So I'm like, thank God they're gonna just get rid of her for me.
Right,
right. Please, I'll tip you each like whatever. Just let me go upstairs and hang out and watch my show. Right. So man, I said when he walks to the main guy, he walks up and I said, listen, and he's holding her, and she's not cuffed, and I was like, man, I'm so sorry. She broke through my grip and walked up with these 2 other guys when she found out basically that we were getting kicked out or that she's getting kicked out. He's like, I'm telling you right now, she has 5 minutes. There's 5 minutes before this other car pulls up that if you don't have an Uber here, she's going to jail for a PI. Well, I didn't want that to happen to her.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
No.
So we get in the elevator, we go down, but thank God they're with me. Now I don't have to worry about her. But my phone is not getting a signal for some reason.
Oh,
so I have it's like that dream, that nightmare where you're trying to punch the guy in the face, but you can't hit him for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what was happening. Like my phone was not working. I click on Lyft, I click on Uber, like nothing was working.
Right.
And I just turned my phone, I'll turn it back on. He's like, turn your Wi-Fi off. Sometimes I have 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I called him. I said, look, man, here's the address. Give me an Uber right away. You have Verizon. That shit works anywhere. I already know. not a shout out to Verizon. It's the truth.
Right.
We all know, especially at the rodeo. So anyway, he's like, all right, cool. Boom. In 30 seconds, he sends me the Uber information, right? The car. It's a blue Nissan Murano. So I tell the cop, blue Nissan Murano's about to pull up in like 30 seconds. He's like, well, good, because you have 2 minutes.
So they're timing you legit.
They're timing. In the meantime, this girl is going from crying to laughing to crying again to saying that you're the one that brought me out here. You're the one that made me do this. Came out here. I didn't do. I barely even know your name. Like, how are you just saying this, trying to make me look bad to the cops, right?
Yeah.
And then she starts like laughing like out of the blue, like it was, bro. I've never seen like bipolar just come to life, like that. So finally, boom, blue Murano pulls up. The guy, he's like, "Are you here for such a?" He rolled down your window. I was like, "Yeah. Hey man, make sure she gets into her apartment safe. Here's another $20. Okay, no problem. Open the door. She gets in. I was like, "Hey, text me when you get home." She's like, "Wait, you're not gonna?" Boom. Get the hell out of here. I don't have time for this shit. Dude, she pulls out. White cop car pulls right up. And it's an Asian guy.
So they were legit prepared.
Bro, he pulls. I'm talking within 30 seconds.
Damn.
So everybody out there that's saying, "Oh, you're a jerk. You're this."
Oh, so you were the bad guy.
Well, she thought I was, but for anyone saying that,
yeah,
I saved her from not going to jail. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So anyway, cop pulls up. The other cop tells him, "Hey, she's okay. He's good. She left." And I was like, "Man, thank you so much. I appreciate your help." And the only thing that the guy that drove up in the cop car, the actual police officer, he was like, "He's the most patient man ever in the world." Just like that. I was like, I see that. I appreciate it. And then so we go back upstairs. Well, one of the ladies, a female cop, escorts me up. And she was like, "So what does she have to drink? Or what was the situation with that?"
Yeah.
I said, "Look, you know as much as I do. I pulled up in an Uber, picked her up. From the get-go, that's what it was like." And I was thinking to myself, I want to see Ice Cube,
Right.
And she was like, "No,
that's why you're there."
She's like, "I get it. Don't worry." So we get in. She gets, she walks me to the front. We get in because at this time he hadn't come out yet. He's about to come out, right?
Yeah.
So we go in. I see, we get up to the front. So we're basically like third row back from the stage. We're having a blast. He's like, "So how'd everything go?" And I'm like, "Well, thanks for the Uber, but you didn't even come outside to try to help me out." I was like, "Just let me know when you get the receipt that the ride's complete," because it's his phone, his Uber,
Right.
He's like, "All right, cool." So about 20 minutes go by. He's like, "All right, she's home." So right away, dude, block everything. Block on the phone, block on the social media, block on everything possible. I was like, I don't ever want to hear from her again. I was totally embarrassed. People were staring at us, like looking at me like, what is going on?
I'm sure when all that was going on, you didn't look very good.
Well, it was 7:30, 8 o'clock on top of everything else. It was like, that was like 4 a.m. wasted, if anything.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing. Like, I was like, man, and really, I took Sand to the beach because there was so many pretty girls there that I did not think were going to be at the Ice Cube concert. I was like, dang.
Really?
Why did I even?
You were like, dang?
Dang. Well, Joe Dirt. That's the Joe Dirt side of me. Yeah. No, I was like, man, I should. So anyway, so fast forward 2 hours, concert's going on, Ice Cube's coming out. Dude, we're all, he's doing his all of his songs. Today was a good day. Mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. Like everything was going down.
Yeah.
Dude, this girl walks up to me. She was like, "Hey, are you the guy that got kicked out with his wasted girlfriend?" "That's you, right? He's wearing an Adidas jacket just like yours. You look just like him." I was like, nah, what are you talking about? And in hindsight, I should have been like, yeah, that was my first date with this chick. She was whatever. Here, put your Snapchat code near or whatever, But at the same time, I was so embarrassed and so I could not believe that had happened. That I was like still like the whole night I was still like shaking. That I was so pissed off about it.
That's
so
crazy,
she was like, "You're not that. That's you, right? You're that guy." I was like, "Nope, wasn't me."
You were the popular guy at the concert.
Yeah, only because I got kicked out and looking like I was getting arrested. She's like, "You're the one that got kicked out with that wasted girlfriend."
See, you're the bad guy.
Damn, dude, it was crazy.
You're the bad guy. That's what happens, man. You got to watch out for it's that. You should have known right away. You should have known right away.
Yeah.
But speaking of concerts, I got notification today. Well, and you know what? If people want to have an opportunity, if you're listening or watching, well, we'll go into this here in a little bit. But Coachella's coming up.
Oh yeah, Coachella's always been a big.
Have you? I mean,
well, last year.
Have you ever been?
No, I haven't. But I've known people that have gone. It's in California.
Yes.
And it's like in the desert, and
I'd love to go. I mean, it seems like a festival that's. I've never really done a lot of festivals in my life. Music festivals. Have you?
I have not done a lot of festivals. I mean, I haven't done ACL. I've done South by Southwest twice.
Okay.
But I mean, other than that, I haven't, like, whatever has come to Houston. They used to have, what was the one? They stopped doing it, and they even changed the name. The one down at by Memorial Park, Free Press Music Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that about 3 times in a row. And the difference is with California, it's a dry heat. It's not humid, so you're not going to be completely dying the way we are here.
I would love, I mean, at some point in my life, it's my goal to make it to Coachella. But you tell me if any of these, some of the headliners, Childish Gambino, does that interest you at all?
Oh, of course, yeah. Childish Gambino, yeah.
Janelle Monáe, 1975. Who's that? Have you ever heard?
I don't know who that is.
DJ Snake.
Yeah, he's got a big hit out right now.
What is that?
He's got a song out. It's like I think like a Spanish language song. I forgot what artists are on it, but it's a big hit right now.
Well, HTC's the big DJ. Do you know anything about?
What song does DJ Snake have out right now?
I don't know exactly the song, but they have like a lot of hits. So it's like EDM. So
it's EDM.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's EDM music.
All right.
Yeah, he's like Diplo, but I do know he's got a Spanish genre song out that's a huge hit right now with like J Balvin and some other people.
And then you got Diplo, which I know all about Diplo. I mean, just a lot of people, man. Casey Musgraves, Grammy winner. That's the first day. That's on Friday. A lot of folks. Let's see, who else you got here? You got Solange.
You know who that is, right?
Who's that?
Solange.
Oh, that's Beyonce's sister, right?
She has a big album that just got released.
Why is she headlining that thing though?
Dude, you know what's funny about Solange? Like, she's big time for music festivals. I mean, okay, let's just be honest. Like, there's a ton of artists that are out there that are not mainstream, but they headline these festivals.
Right.
But they're never going to be on the 104.1.
Like, they just make the festival circuit.
Right.
Like, some of these people I've never heard of.
But she's got a big, man, her album that's about to come out is and she represents Houston hugely. In let me look at the name of the album.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, so Bad Bunny, that's what I can tell you about Coachella in my notes for this subject. J Balvin and Bad Bunny are both headlining. It's the first time that they're Spanish language artists. Like, they barely even speak English.
Oh, really?
That's headlining. But they both performed with Cardi B while she was pregnant last year, and I Like It Like That, right? They both performed, but this year they're headlining. They have a huge following, bro.
HTC, you can get in on this if you know anything that we're talking about, because I know you're really into all the DJ stuff. Let's see, Khalid Zed. Philistine.
No, Khalid's he's from El Paso.
Khalid is?
Yeah.
Okay. Dylan Francis, a lot of people. Anyway, Coachella's coming up. I'd love to do Coachella at some point. I just think that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun. That's something that I'd like to be a part of. I've never done a festival like that overnight, and I'd like to try it at least at some point in my life. But I feel like that's one of the things that you get where you get like you staying out in a tent, or you staying out in an RV or something like that, a camper.
Like at the Fire Fest?
The Fire Fest.
Where you stay in a tent?
Have you seen that yet, that documentary?
Like 8 million times I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it a bunch?
Oh, I love it.
Okay. I need to watch that. I haven't seen it. But I know with J. Weiss Marketing, I know that our J. Weiss Marketing is going to be doing a little thing in relation to Coachella for companies out there that want to have some representation out there. I know we'll have somebody out there doing some things. So be on the lookout for Jay Weiss, for our man Johnny Wiseman. He's not with us on the show this time. It's just you and me.
So what's the deal? So as far as like Coachella goes, this is one of the biggest festivals in the whole world.
Oh yeah, you say
JY's marketing is going to be there.
Correct.
I mean,
if you're any business that wants to have, you want to reach out to them, you want to reach out to Johnny, you can have representation there. I mean, they're going to be doing some things. Johnny's going to have a lot more details about it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's huge though.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Having somebody go out there and do that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's,
for sure.
Everybody knows about Coachella. Do you think if somebody said Coachella, you think, what are the percentage of people you think would know what you're talking about?
Well, I mean, what age are they?
Well, that's true, I guess. I'm sure that
Coachella's, I mean, it's one of the, come on, this is worldwide, man. This thing's huge. Okay, real quick, Solange, Saint Records. That's the name of her name on Instagram.
That's the name of her name?
Saint Records. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's like, I don't know if that's her record label or her new album name, but
Yeah.
all I know is she always is a huge headliner for Coachella. She's from Houston. She represents Houston. She's Beyonce's little sister.
Well, she's the first name on Saturday, April. So Coachella is going to be, does it have the dates on here? It's not.
It's like 2 weekends in a row. I know that.
Oh, here you go. It's April 12th through the 14th and 19th through the 21st.
That's awesome.
So she's going to be coming up, Solange, on April 13th and the 20th. So
Nice.
again, be on the lookout. Jonathan, I know, is doing a post on it on Jay Weiss Marketing. Follow it at Jay Weiss Marketing on Facebook, on Instagram. He's going to have a little thing for people that want to get involved. Jay Weiss is what makes this possible for us to sit here and do this.
Absolutely.
You have the T-shirt on. I've got
do.
the hat. We're representing.
JY's marketing, and you got his presence there at Coachella. So I think
Correct.
it's a huge opportunity for any business that wants to.
Yeah, anybody wants to
up
get
and
their name
coming.
out there. I mean, why wouldn't you?
And what's cool?
Yes.
Again, we have Houston
Yes.
representing with Solange. Also, for me, for Colombia, right? Medellin, Colombia. You got J Balvin. He's also another headliner.
I'm gonna have to listen to J Balvin. I've never.
Oh,
heard
yeah.
his stuff before.
He's got a really cool story. He lived in Oklahoma
Okay.
actually for a while, and then Miami. But the guy's super talented. She's super talented, and it's cool to have. He's actually done a song with Beyonce. So, but it's really cool to. I mean, that's something that I would definitely like to go to. This year, it's only going to get bigger and bigger. But
Oh, sure.
the way it's set up this year, it would be awesome to
Be
go.
awesome.
So
Maybe sometime.
Big
we'll do that.
opportunity
Maybe
for-
sometime we'll do that. You and me.
maybe you know what? Maybe I'll sneak in. I'll just lay in someone's suitcase and. Well, why is
I
the
doubt
suitcase
that.
200?
I doubt you can fit in somebody's suitcase.
299 pounds.
Well, man, you know what, Brandon? This is it, bud. This is our show for the day.
All right,
I think
man.
this was fun.
I liked it, bro. It was cool.
I think it was fun. I think we had a good time.
Yes, sir.
We didn't have a guest this time. It was just you and me. Did you like it like that?
Yeah, it was intimate.
You like being alone with me?
Yeah, did you want to have a Chick-fil-A sandwich or would you like to have a medium rare steak?
A Kobe or whatever you said. Anyway,
Kobe or Wagyu?
so next we'll do it again.
I'm in.
Pay attention, everybody. Beer View Mirror. We got Brandon. We got me. We got B Dykes, Beefy. We got Grant, G Miles, HTC running the tracks, doing all the mixing. HTC. So everybody, thank y'all. We'll see you next time. Brandon,
Peace.
thank you, man.